Hey guys, what's up? Sippy Cup. Today we're going to be making a pretty special video to me. Of course, she has all the cards right here. I was going to prop my phone up over here, but I can't because, well, there's a lot of stuff in the way. Stay with me here. Good. Centered. Don't mind the belly. Dogs are barking downstairs. Some of you guys know I'm very into fishing. I'm very into being outdoors in general, and my dad's really the one that got me into that when I was younger. It's the only way we really bonded when we spent time together was fishing. And for those of you who don't know, he's not going to be around much longer, and it is a little rough. It's very emotional time. We're going through rough times, and it's hard to work through. And he has gotten into the process of starting to give his stuff to us kids, and he gave me his tackle box and all of his fishing rods, knowing that I love to fish so much. And today we're going to go through the tackle box. We're going to see what it's. I went through it a little bit last year while I was fishing with him down in Tennessee, but I didn't really look through it deep and take a good look at everything. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I might get a little emotional because I did fish with this tackle box growing up, but we're just going to get into it. There's a lot of loose pockets up on the front. Here it is. It's an old Ozark Trail cloth. We got here a knife pocket. It's empty. Here in the front we have a pocket full of soft plastics. We've got some Zoom pumpkin tubes. That's going to be really, really key for smallmouth fishing, and hopefully the creeks come down around here soon. I can actually get out there and do some smallmouth fishing. We've got some power bait, power worms, 7 inches. It's a 10 count in the pumpkin seed color, which you will probably see me fishing with these in some of my pond videos I have coming up. It's going to be, I love using power worms, really finesse fishing for bass, and it's one of my favorite things to do. Just more of those. Another tube. It's just one tube. Same colors. Power bait, not Zoom this time. We got 3-inch power grubs by Power Bait in the pumpkin seed color as well, like the power worms. I will probably use these for pan fishing, maybe smallmouth. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We've got some more power worms, 10-inch. These are big worms, really good for summertime fishing. Sadly, that's going to be over soon. But they're green pumpkin and chartreuse. They have chartreuse tails on them. Now these, I love chartreuse. I catch a lot of fish on chartreuse stuff. I used to be a big chartreuse lizard kind of guy. Here we go. I'm used to using 8-inch lizards, but we just found some Zoom 4-inch mini lizards, Super Salt Plus, in the pumpkin color. Now these kind of look like, I don't know if any of you know, catch salamanders around here. That looks almost exactly like a salamander, and I have the perfect pond to throw these in. I will probably absolutely slay. Hopefully I can get video on that. Once again, sorry I haven't been posting that many fishing videos. I have been trying to figure out this whole editing thing, and my editor is being a lazy butt. She has subscribed to my channel. She knows who she is. These are motor oil, which I've never heard of that color. It's just like a dark brownish black color. 10 count, 7-inch power worms by Power Bait. They're just more of the power worms, you know, the little finesse worms, and then an empty power bait bag. So that's the first pocket. It doesn't have a zipper on it, so I'm probably going to move those soft plastics somewhere else. Let's see what we got here. Some nail clippers. Those come in handy for snipping line, obviously. Check this pocket, which was open already. Nothing. Check this one. Nothing. First off, before we get into what I just found, other than some plastic dividers for the tackle boxes that are in here that we'll go through then. This might be a long video, guys, because I'm not going to edit anything. We have steel, I believe that's steel. It's either steel or nylon leader to tie my own leaders with. That's good for, my dad used to do a lot of pike and muskie fishing. I'm saying fishing because he didn't do much catching. Love you, Dad. But he would use these so that his line wouldn't get snapped, obviously, and this is good stuff. I'll probably tie quite a few catfish and pike leaders with this because I do quite a good bit of catfishing, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. We're going through this left side, checking the side pockets. We found some Trilene Super Strong Berkley Extra Tough 330 yards of 20 pound, what is it, monofilament, unopened, or no, not unopened. My dad just put it back in the package. He'd definitely use this because what he'd used to do is he'd have somebody hold it with a pencil in it, and then he'd reel the line off. So I can tell by that little hole right there in the middle, he had a pencil through there. Nothing else that I see in these left side pockets. Nothing in the, we'll get to that. That's not a pocket, that's a second compartment. Let's check the pockets here on the right side. We've got a scale and a compass. Goes up to 6 pounds. That'll come in handy for some bass, I'm sure. Try to zero it in here. There we go. And then on the back it actually goes to 14 pounds. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I probably won't use it much though, other than for the compass, because I have an electronic scale. Seems just like my dad. A tape measure, Stan Ray Workwear, made in the USA. Tape measure. Paint can opener. Key, you need those all the time. So that's all that was in that pocket. Let's check the second pocket out here. We've got stringer. Looks pretty old, but it should hold some fish. Shouldn't have any issue with that. Some little scissors for cutting, well, you know, line. Hello.
Hi.
I'm filming a YouTube video. I'm filming a very special YouTube video.
What?
I'm doing a, I'm going through Dad's tackle box for my YouTube channel.
15 subscriber special.
Yeah. Some pretty cool stuff in here though, like steel leaders to tie here. Don't knock over my camera. We've got green Trilene, big game, 595 yards of 25 pound mono. Some more monofilament. My dad did not use that much braid.
Hello YouTube, sorry to make the video awkward.
That's my brother.
For all 5 viewers. Total.
Okay.
Ever.
Well, see, you don't understand. I'll get there one day.
Yeah, clickbait, bro.
When I finally actually post fishing videos, because I still haven't posted a fishing video
Clickbait
yet.
bro.
No, I'm not gonna be like
I
that.
caught a 3,000 pound fish in Fortnite.
Fortnite. Unused. That hole is me. I just poked it in there. 10 pound, 1,500 yards of Trilene monofilament. My mom will, I might give that to her. She's a big fan of this lighter line. She believes she can catch anything on light line. I believe I just use heavy line that just in case so it doesn't snap it off. We're getting into the top compartment now, unzipping it, which is where all the plastic tackle cases are. See, this first one, we've got some Easy 2 Hook field test samples from when Easy 2 Hook started selling hooks. I actually don't even know if they sell hooks anymore, but they've got drop shot hook in here, 2 micro hooks. Oh, it's for tying leaders. It's got these little knots. Probably can't see them. There's a second knot down below the eyelet on the hook to tie your line around, to tie like a snell for a leader. We've got an open pack of, stick in here, Como Tackle, the unbreakable weighted bobbers. These things, loved using these. I used these a lot when I was a kid. Big time fan of these. So this is mostly terminal tackle in here. Got some octopus hooks. Actually, no, that's a kale hook. I don't know why he has a kale hook. Oh, I just lost one of these last year. We've got a chatterbait, which he for some reason has a 3-inch grub on. I will probably end up throwing that with, if he has any crawls, which he might, one of these tackle boxes down here. A crappie jig with a 3-inch grub on it, whitehead, you know, that kind of stuff. He's got about 1,000 swivels he had in here. Used to be 8, now there's only 3. Eagle Claw laser sharp size 2 worm hooks. I will be using these a lot on those 10-inch power worms. Flipping into some light brush, maybe. I'm probably going to use braid. You guys will hear that story. I will tell that story in another video. Some plain shank size 2s. Got 2 packs of those. More cards?
More card pages. The cards were so heavy.
A whole pack of 10 bait holder size 2, 4, and 6 red hooks. Oh, that's ripped. That just dropped one.
Titties. Some ass.
Yeah, because if this video gets over 10,000 views, that's going to sound beautiful, because I don't know how to edit.
Alright, I'll avoid saying anything too fucked up.
Some more bait holder hooks. Lots of. Is this empty? Or the hooks? They're inside the cardboard, maybe. Hold on. We've got a pack of five size 4 bait holder hooks. There they are. They're inside the cardboard. Tricked me there. And the other ones, they're not. As you can see, they're the same company though. Life member of the North American Fishing Club. My father was a member of the North American Fishing Club. That's news. Yeah, basically just a bunch of bait holders. There's a chatterbait in here for some reason. He was not very organized with his fishing gear. This is just a lot of hooks, terminal tackle and stuff. I believe he has one with sinkers in here for when I go catfishing. So yeah, that's the first box we undid, was terminal tackle hooks. Let's see what we got here in the second one. I believe this is sinkers and pike jig heads and stuff, where I can see through it. Jig heads. We've got 2 1/4-ounce weights, a couple of bullet weights for throwing weighted rigs, weighted Texas rigs, some steel leaders that are already tied, a 25 pack of round head jigs that are rusted. Still, I could probably still use them though. Got another 1/4-ounce weight, got a little itty bitty jig head, whole pack of Berkley. Now these nylon, it says steel on, wire wound leaders. That's what this is, obviously. That's a whole pack of them. We've got football head jigs. 1, 2, got 3 football head jigs in here. Those will be key wintertime fishing stuff for me. That's going to be nice. Not quite sure what this is. It is some kind of jig head. I've never seen a jig head like this before, but we'll see. We'll figure something out with it. But then we've got these big pike bass, largy bass. That's a pike and muskie swim bait hook right there. I got 2 of those with silver heads. I guess that's supposed to be imitating a shad. Got some treble hooks, some more little jig heads, another little jig head, a little perch imitation, which I will probably use for if I jig for walleye, which I might do if I can figure out this editing thing and just get the whole editor situation, just because it's starting to get kind of buggy that I can't post my fishing videos. I will definitely get out there with the GoPro and do some jigging for walleye in the kayak for you guys. I've never in my life jigged for walleye, if none of you know. I am a Pennsylvania, grew up catfishing and just got into bass fishing maybe a year or 2 ago. So, here's one of them 10-inch power worms. Actually Texas rigged already with the chartreuse tail. Look at that thing, man. Tell me that doesn't look juicy. Scrumdiddlyumptious. Barely got the hook shown. That's actually a really good Texas rig. But actually what's mostly in here, got little underspins and like a cheapy bag. It probably came with like a Walmart rod. But then you've got rooster tails. Rooster tails. Got 1, 2, 3, 9 rooster tails. Small rooster tails, you know, trout sized ones. Then you've got this thing. This is one of the biggest, I'm gonna put new, biggest rooster tails I've ever seen. This is the size of my palm, thumb to bottom, and that rooster tail takes the whole thing up. It's actually, I'm guessing use that for like lake trout, pike, bass would probably bite it, but it definitely, for sure, the hooks are rusted, which means he probably used it quite often. That is for sure a nice bait if I put new treble hooks on there. So we are down to our last tackle box in this top half, which is more rooster tails. Kid you not, folks. Oh, there's a good one. There's another big one. This one's got good hooks on it. There we go. Good hooks. It's not quite as big, but that's all black. That's high visibility water. I don't know what he's doing. He's got 3 of them. He's got a micro one for trout, that bigger one for pike and bass, obviously, and a medium-sized one probably for bluegill and stuff. He's got another bigger one here. I mean, it's not as big, but it's medium-sized yellow. I'd probably throw that darker, dirtier water. He's got another big one. That's not a rooster tail though. That's meant for jigging right there. It's a jigging spinner. You see that kind of a perch color to the blade there. Then he's also got 2. They need new hooks for sure. Rusted out because he probably caught tons and tons of bluegill and stuff on these. Big time crappie fisherman my dad was. 2 caterpillar lures, little caterpillar crankbaits. He's got an all white And then this one, I can get it out. Here we go. A green and white caterpillar crankbaits. Those, I loved throwing them when I was a kid, but I always lost them. Oh my goodness. Almost forgot to tell you about the most important thing. A 99-cent Walmart toad with a weedless hook on it. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look scrumptious to a bass. Oh, and another little perch to put on jigs. More cards. Jeez, dude.
This is actually magazines.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we
And
are
some cards.
through the top compartment.
Oh my god, I want to die.
Let's throw these back in.
How long is this one take?
I am 20 minutes into the video and just got done the top compartment of the tackle box. Yeah. That's all the pockets on the outside too. That's what all this stuff laying here is. Okay, let's throw this stuff back into the top. Okay, unzipping bottom half right now, guys. 20 minutes in, I'm just now finally getting to the bottom section of lures, which I believe is mostly his musky stuff. Yeah, that's musky and bass. I just haven't gotten them in the box yet. See, I was showing you guys those bigs.
Where's that Tom Baracco I gave you?
Should be in there. Or, no. I think it's up there with my Flyers cards. Those big swim bait heads I was showing you guys earlier. Well, here's one in one of the swim baits. Tell me what you're going to catch on something like that. It's a shad imitation of fish.
My detective skills tell me this will catch a fish.
This thing has definitely been hit by some pike. You can tell by how much the paint's chipped up. That's an old wooden topwater pike and musky lure.
Doesn't mean it was a pike. Probably a bluegill.
Yeah, something with big teeth.
It was a
Brandon.
goldfish, dude.
Look at these hand-painted crankbaits.
I believe that is actually for great white sharks.
I am absolutely terrified of throwing lures like this. These really nice old hand-painted lures, because I don't want to lose them. That just absolutely mind-boggling how good the paint looks on these. We got another chatterbait. This is an all chartreuse chatterbait. I don't know why my dad has a tube on it.
If you look here, this looks like a fish.
My brother is not very big into
It
fishing.
has like 3 tridents on the bottom. They kind of rattle when you shake it.
That's the treble hooks, and the rattles are inside the bait.
Yeah, that's definitely the hooks.
Yep, definitely, 100%.
If you see it has a really big tongue, like it's mocking you because it judges all your life decisions.
And that's why the fish bite it, because it makes them mad.
Pretty much, bro. See, I'm an expert. I'm pretty much a marine biologist.
So we've got a really big,
Fish with a big tongue.
a
But it's fucking wavy and ruined. So bad. Doesn't with the fucking magazines.
deep diving crankbaits.
You see my collectible cereals?
Yeah, I saw that. My brother, what?
Don't know where to put them.
My brother got from my dad all his sports collectibles, so that's fun. He's gonna take about 2 years to go through all that, because my dad had a ton of sports collectibles. Holy crap, dude.
What's your...
I just hit the frickin' musky jackpot. Look at this.
Alright, let's at least get some football behind her now.
Look at this wake bait, guys. This is a subsurface bait. Absolutely
Now, if you
just
look there, it's a very long fish with 3 tridents and still a very big tongue.
a shallow raider. This is
What he likes to do is judge your love life.
this one is supposed to look like a perch, and I can 100% vouch that looks like a Pennsylvania perch, 100%. Now this one, this is a rainbow trout jerk bait, and holy crap, I really like that. That is really realistic looking. Other than the charge your phone. My phone was at 30% when I started this video. It is down to 15. Bro, my phone doesn't charge on the cord. Rainbow trout lure looks very realistic. Look at that face. Pretty excited about that. This is the spoon. My dad always told me about this spoon. So it's this striper catching spoon. You drop it off the side of the boat, bring it up
That's not a spoon, it's a lure.
bring it up about 3 feet off the bottom, and he'd just sit there and let it flutter.
I can eat Reese's Puffs with that? No.
Oh my.
Videos so much.
Look at. We've got a pike and muskie spinner, which I have never owned one of these before. These front hooks do definitely need some work. But we've got trailer hooks back here that aren't in terrible shape. I can probably just sharpen those. This is called the Super Vibrax 5. And that just looks juicy. I'm going to try to catch some pike on that this winter. Now, we had this exact same bait in the last box, except a little bit smaller. It's another crankbait. Shad color. Pretty good condition. The whole lure itself is in good condition. Obviously needs new hooks, but I've got plenty of treble hooks in this box. Now this, I'm going to have to go show my brother this quick. He is an absolute lover of rattle traps. He's a big rattle trap thrower. He don't catch fish on them, but he loves to throw them. And this has to be the biggest freshwater rattle trap I have ever seen in my life. Look, my palm is about 4 inches across, and that thing is basically a little bit bigger than my palm. Rattles are still really good. I will be right back, guys. I gotta show my brother this.
Like 25 minutes in.
They hate us because they hate us. They just said cool. Well, that is pike and muskie box number dose / striper. You definitely catch some striper on this stuff. Love catching striper. I've only ever caught one big one. Oh, God, yes. My dad has no, and I mean absolutely none, crawfish imitations. No soft plastic craws. I'm gonna have to buy my own soft plastic craws. Darn it. We've got the last box in here, guys. And then I will do a little story time, because it's only a 28 long video. 28-minute long video. Here's another one of those swim baits with the big swim bait hook in the front. Definitely aren't fish tooth marks in it. Human took a bite, if you can see right there, human teeth marks in this lure. Why was a human? It's probably me as a kid, honestly. But this right here, it's got a name on it. Another shallow diving musky striper pike lure, and that's another perch imitation. You can see the very odd front end of it here. Let's see, what else do we have in this box? Another all black mini spinner. Another crawfish. This one is a silver color. Needs new hooks. Hula popper, my dad's favorite color too. Ooh, a double trebled hula popper. All mine only have one treble on them. I guess that's how they made them back in the day. But we've got looks like a frog. Very aggressive front end though for a popper compared to what I'm used to, which I haven't even shown you guys my tackle yet. Wow, this is in really good shape. It's probably a mid diving crank, probably 8 foot, 10 foot diving crank tops. I'm not very big on crankbaits, so I'm not gonna pretend I know what I talk about, but It's a really nice chartreuse and black little crank. And this has to be another one of the most interesting lures I've ever seen. I've thrown jitterbugs 100 times before. I've got about 6 jitterbugs in my tackle box. I never catch anything on them. There is 2. A bluegill color and an all black. Alright. Jointed jitterbugs. I've never in my life owned a jointed, look at that butt end whale. Yeah, so overall my dad had quite a bit of tackle. As you can see, I will show you guys my new rod collection someday, because I just got 6 new rods from my dad. But he has an empty one down at the bottom with just dividers in it. So I probably won't end up fishing with some of these. Some of them I will obviously use, like these pike swim baits I will definitely throw, and some of these crankbaits. I'm really big for the last year. I bought pike baits, I bought muskie baits. I've been trying to catch pike and muskie non-stop. I've had one follow. I got an $8, I think it's called the Unicorn Dog. It's a muskie bait. Real funny looking. I learned about that kind of bait specifically from Chris Boulot. Shout out to him. I'll shout him out. Nobody watches my channel anyway. If he sees this, good for him. I learned about that kind of bait from him. I'd show you guys, but it got ripped in half moving it from car to car, which really upset me. So it is, I took the hook out, and I'm going to use the hook for catfishing, because it's one of those swim baits where it's got a hook on top, and then it also has a hook on a treble hook on the bottom. And I'm going to do an interesting catfish rig. I'll show you guys that in another video. So now that I have emptied the entire tackle box, I must refill the entire tackle box.
Oh, we gotta show you the refilling process. This is how you fill the tackle box. First, you put shit in there.
We're not gonna show you guys the whole refilling.
Did I give you all these?
You told me to look through them because they're doubles.
Oh, bitch.
I just haven't gotten to it.
Shocker. I left my hair struck just
Just reset my phone because my brother just knocked it down. Story time about why I'm going to start using a heavier line and braid when fishing for bass.
Because I always catch 100-pound fish.
I decided it was smart to flip brush with braid, which I already know is a dumb idea.
Look at me dip in water. This big ass fish is like face fish.
I was flipping brush piles with 8-pound mono, which any of you who are watching this that are bass fishermen know that is probably the dumbest thing you can do. Well, I was kind of sight fishing. I was floating my kayak along the bank, tossing for fish, just kind of flipping in front of them. Nice strikes. Bunch of 1.5, 2-pounders, nothing big. I saw something big. I just saw a tail swim up on the bank, and I was like, ooh, that looks like a 5-pound bass. I was too far away from it to notice. I was throwing a grub. I flipped this grub in front of it, bounce it twice. I get about a foot closer, and I realize it's probably about a 10-pound carp. And I just watch it turn on my bait, and I'm like, oh, hell. And I start reeling to get it out of the carp's way, but by that time he had hailed it, and my rod just bent, and before I could loosen my drag up, he snapped my line. That was quite a sad moment. I went around for the rest of the day trying to catch carp. Did not succeed. It was pretty sad. I about peed myself while I was flipping for bass in that pond too, because they've told me about big fish, you know, 25, 30-pound catfish and carp in there, which I believe it. It's about a 30-foot deep pond at the deepest. It drops off pretty quick. There's some vegetation, good food. There's some nice sized bluegill in there, really big frogs for them to eat, and I was cruising along the bank in my kayak, and I got my hook stuck in a tree. So I came up to this tree. I'm sitting there I got my hook out. I looked down. There's something 5 foot long next to my boat. Looks like a fish. Looked like a carp with its head up in the grass. And so my heart started pounding. I'm like, if this thing freaks out, it's flipping my kayak. So I poke it. It was a piece of 4-inch PVC pipe with chicken wire around it. And I felt relieved, but kind of sad at the same time, because even just seeing a fish that big is absolutely a once in a lifetime thing in Pennsylvania, other than catfish, obviously.
Don't do some PA, bro.
What?
Don't do some PA, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah, really good whitetail hunting.
Yeah, that's about what we got. Whitetail hunting and flathead fishing.
You're pretty good. Sucking.
Walleye?
Yeah.
Well, we have decent walleye, not around here. They used to be really nice in Redmond, but they haven't seen a good walleye.
People can't expect every. We have the world record for striped bass.
We do have the world record for freshwater striped bass.
Exactly. Suck my ass.
We have Raystown. Okay, Raystown's good for every kind of fish. Hopefully, I went up to Del Grosso's. I was gonna film for you guys. I ended up just kind of taking a family day, relaxing, and just kind of chilling, sitting back. It was nice. I really wanted to take my kayak up with me and hit Raystown afterwards, but I had to get my girlfriend home in time. So, hopefully I can figure editing out and get you guys some fishing videos with some of these lures soon. And we'll see you next time.